Hello everyone. My name is Dmitry Kornilov, and today we will speak about digital fashion and metaverse projects for brands from abstract to concrete. A lot of things were said about digital fashion and metaverse projects, and but a little known about results, like what business metrics did it bring to brands, and today we will try to crash test all main use cases and find what works and what's not. But before I start, I want to introduce myself. I'm a CEO and co-founder of FaceMe Metamarketing agency, and we create air filters, digital clothes and virtual avatars and metaverse projects for world-renowned brands. And all the information that I will pitch to you is based on huge practical experience that we have. We've implemented more than 700 projects for world-renowned brands and even received awards. So I hope you will enjoy. So more and more metaverse and digital fashion brands cases appear every day. Like, I guess that if you haven't done any digital fashion or metaverse case, you might even have a FOMO, a fear of missing out, like everyone's doing it, but I'm not doing it. But only a few of them scaled or gained some massive conversions. And here are two best examples. First is Amazon, that actually integrated virtual sneaker try-on into their app. And you know that when Jeff Bezos does something, it means that it brings results, because this dude is 100% practical. And second use case is a great partnership between the Artifact Studio and Nike, who managed to bring the whole scene from just single-time projects and some concepts to a full-scale communication where digital clothing, digital fashion is combined with sales of physical items. And you've probably heard that they sell physical sneakers as NFTs. And according to open data sources, they earned $80 million selling this stuff. The real problem was most of the other projects that didn't scale is simply because they don't stick to the audiences. I bet that you heard this from your friends. Does your metaverse run on Android? Or so can I buy an NFT for cash? Or so can I wear my digital high heels on a date tonight? So some random, what's a crypto wallet? Recently I received this message. You think this is useless? Like one of the fashion bloggers messaged me and asked, I don't understand, why should I go to a virtual showroom? So people honestly don't understand it, and that's why it does not stick. But it does not mean that technology is bad. It only means that we need to find use cases that will stick to the audiences, because people are always like that. From all times when we invented something, we were always like this first. So when we invented bicycle, we thought that it is the best use case for the bicycle. But then people tried, and we finally find the things that work. So the real name of this lecture is how to create digital fashion and metaverse projects that will stick to the audience and scale. Before we go to analysis of use cases, we need to understand how people changed during last 20 years. So 20 years ago, there was one physical persona for all of us. We were all physical people. But then, since online started to become a massive thing, we all gained our online personas, or even a lot of online personas. And these online personas or digital alter egos, they all act differently. Think about it. You text differently on WhatsApp, you text differently in Instagram, and you definitely text differently on Tinder. So Apart from the fact that this digital alter ego exists, it also has different needs. So physical persona have a need for physical experiences and pleasure. Digital persona have need for digital experiences and digital pleasure. We need hugs in real life. We need likes and fires in online life. Since right now, with the development of all XR technologies and virtuality, a third persona started to emerge. And this third persona is a virtual alter ego, fully virtual alter ego. Now, getting back to the project that scales, there is like a base, this product value canvas that works for everything. In order for something to scale, it should be valuable for a business, obviously. If it does not generate business value, it will not work. Secondly, technical capabilities. If it's possible technically, we can do it. If it's not, we cannot do it, obviously, again. Then value for audience. If it brings value for the audience, people will do it, will consume it, will use it, will generate revenue for a business, and everyone will be happy. So all of this should work in order for projects to fly. But since right now we have 3 types of personas, we need to apply these things to all personas, not to only one persona. And we need to understand that all of us have different needs while we are in different states. When I'm physical, I need physical like stuff. When I'm digital, I need digital stuff. And when I'm fully virtual in Fortnite, I don't care about all other stuff that is going on in other spheres. So right now, we will analyze most notable digital fashion and metaverse use cases and see how they work in terms of different personas and in terms of this product value canvas. And I will start from virtual try-on online. It works, and it sticks. People do it. As previous guys from Farfetch mentioned, they integrated it already, and yesterday we tested this feature with guys here. These sneakers try-on in Farfetch works cool. Also, Amazon sneaker try-on works cool as well. It actually shows how it will look on your feet. So it works for my physical persona because it helps me to buy physical stuff. It also works for my online persona because I can kind of generate cool content with it, as you've seen here. One moment. Up here. So it's cool content. I'm shopping, I will buy it, but I will also share it on my Instagram to receive reactions. Like, look how cool I am. And also, you can see on the top right corner, in all slides, there will be this product value canvas. So it brings value to the businesses because it reduces returns. When people are able to try on something online, they will return less. Also, it drives sales because when they tried it, they might want to buy it more. It's also works well in terms of technology already, and it brings value to me because it gives me a better shopping experience, and it allows me to create a cool content and receive digital attention. And you know that all of us have these dopamine addictions. We need attention, we need likes. So when we post our look with the help of virtual try-on, we also make ourselves feel better. Second use case is virtual try-on offline. One moment, sorry. Yes. This use case is also cool. It seems cool, and it sticks, actually. I believe it would stick, but it is not widespread yet. Why? Simply because I believe that most of the brands think that it's super hard to implement it. But in reality, all we need to do to implement this digital mirror is a smart TV or even just an iPad. So we, as the creators, as the technologists, we need to provide more education that is not just possible. It's actually super simple because iPads are available everywhere, and you don't have to do some hard training of your personnel to show them how the iPad works. You know, why also I believe that it will work in terms of value for the audiences. Trying on is kind of cringy experience because offline, I mean. You have to ask for your size. You have to go to this booth. There could be a crowd. Also, you could be shy. Like, should I try these Gucci glasses for 2K? Or maybe no, but what if I will not buy them? If you will have this AR mirror, you can just try it, understand, and then buy or leave without any stress. Third use case is semi-digital clothing. It sticks, but it's not widespread yet, and this is like the use case that FaceMe works a lot with. We've created tens of semi-digital clothing items for ourselves and for brands we work with, but I'm ready to be critical on our own projects that we're doing. What we found is that people actually don't, they just don't used to scan QR code, open filter, and augment their clothing. They just don't do it. So it seems that it's logical, it should work, because it looks cool for my physical persona. I can go on a date and say, hey, look, check out my augmented reality t-shirt. This can be like some starter for discussion, and et cetera, et cetera. It also works for online persona because I can generate original content and receive reactions. So it seems like it's working, but for some reason, people are not doing it. I don't know what the future of this use case will be because it also roughly depends on big brands. I believe that if some big brands like Nike or I don't know, Kanye West or Snapchat would make it a big thing, maybe people will get used to it if they will follow some big influencer. I don't know. I mentioned Kanye because he has a huge influence, and I will believe that people will follow him whatever he will do. So next, I agree with you, but they still do it. Integrations into game metaverses. And important, not into metaverses, into game metaverses, because that is something that I will separate. I believe that it sticks and it works perfectly. It's an amazing experience for my virtual persona. Also, it works in terms of technology. These games already exist. When I talk about game metaverses, I mean Fortnite, Roblox. The metaverses that were never called metaverses because before the word metaverse appeared. And it's simply games with developed infrastructure. So you all seen this case with Travis Scott in Fortnite in Nike shoes. And the main reason why it worked is simply because people were already there. There was no need to create a buzz, like you should visit this. And also, they were there, not because someone called them, but because they actually enjoy their Fortnite experience. They enjoy gaming experience. So this is I guess that in terms of metaverses, there is a confusion. We believe that all metaverses is kind of similar. If something is metaverse, it's kind of similar. But no, I guess we should distinguish game metaverses with existing huge database with concrete value for the audiences, and other metaverses without user base, without understandable value for the audiences. So I guess that brands should pay attention more, and we also as creators and technologists, we should pay more attention to the in-game metaverses, or just games, because the word metaverse I just added because, I don't know, I should add it. Then second use case is integrations into non-game metaverse, and I believe that this case does not stick. And this is mainly based on the analysis of tens of cases that I've found online and that I investigated. And the main reasons here is, first, it's not valuable, it's not easy in terms of accessibility for the audiences. Most of the metaverses, they don't run on your phone. Most of them don't work on slow or just regular laptops. Also, in terms of value for the audiences, most of these non-game metaverses is just a location. It's just an environment without any scenario. So people, if you ever visited metaverse parties, you know it's a kind of cringy experience because you just drop by, you see this announcement that tens of thousands of people will be there. You enter the room. There are 3 people out there. You stand as an avatar. Other people stand. You kind of do this to each other, and then you leave because you're fucking scared that something could go wrong. Someone could see or screenshot you. So integration in non-game metaverses, it's not working in terms of audience, and as a result, it does not work for business because business can receive only one result, PR. So they receive this press, and that's it. That's where it ends. If you will if you say that it's not, this result is not proven, try to find any second case of a brand in the non-game metaverse. We all heard about Morgan Chase Bank launching their space in the Decentraland. Okay, what's next? Any ideas what happened with this space? I haven't heard anything, even though I tried to look for it. Then cool use case selling of physical items as NFT. It sticks, it's a cool use case. It's a cool use case, it's logical, but we need to understand that it only works for a small group of people who use cryptocurrencies. We're all in the bubble. I mean, we believe that a lot of people use cryptocurrencies actually because we're like technologists or advanced people in terms of technology. But the fact is that real penetration of crypto wallets is super small. So when you go and sell physical items as NFTs, you need to understand that it could not be a major. It's only additional. But it's still money. So we need to grab them. Next thing is VR experiences offline. It kind of sticks. The idea seems cool and people doing it here, and we've did it here also, and in Berlin and in other locations. But we also need to understand one thing about conversions. We need one gadget to process one human. That it means that conversions always will be super low, super low. And also, since pandemic, people are not like kind of impressed with the idea that they will put on a headset after other person. So, and also again, why would you bring people to virtual environment when you connect with them offline? Isn't it easier to connect with them in some physical way, engage with them in a physical way, give them something, let them touch something? So I don't believe that this use case is a sin. Next use case is digital clothing for avatars and in-game characters. I believe that this case sticks. It's a cool case, but I believe that a lot of us look in the wrong direction. So during the Cannes lines, it was a trending thing that I don't remember, Prada, Gucci, or someone created this clothing collection for Horizon worlds. Wow. Have you ever, any of you tried this clothing, seen them? What I mean is, no one actually uses Horizon worlds, or the penetration, again, is super small. So I guess we, again, get confused with metaverse word, and we created collection for the wrong metaverses. We created clothing for the metaverses that don't have the audience, which will make all these rings yellow, not working. What we should do is we should create clothing for metaverses with massive audiences. For games, for Fortnite, soon there will be a huge release of the GTA game, Grand Theft Auto. I believe it will be a huge thing, a huge metaverse, and we should focus. And you know, gamers, I'm not sure if any of you play games, but gamers kind of like to create unique looks. We like unique design of our clothing items, unique artifacts, unique stuff, because that is what distinguishes us in a crowd of other games, from other gamers, you know? It's cool to be a dwarf that is known for its cool alien hat. People will recognize you. So we need to invest more into design of clothing for metaverses with huge audiences, basically for games. Digital clothing for real people. And here, before I will say anything, I will ask a simple question to all of you. Like, do you have a look in a digital clothing? Yes, yeah, 1, 2, 3. Any more? Okay, so I would say that it will, let's make it 5 from, it was 3, but let's make it 5 or even 10. Like, people, in terms of the use case, seems cool, actually. And I believe it will be even cooler when it will be, when we will be able to do it super easily with the help of AR. So when the body tracking will be like super accessible. But now, digital clothing for people in terms of how the fabricant, for example, does it, where you need to send your photo. So first of all, a question. So I need to send you my photo, right? It's not like, people are not super happy to do it in terms of also security concerns and other, like how will you use my photo? Also, it's not super, you know, people like everything in one click, but here you should send your photo, wait 1 day, then receive your photo, then post it. 4 steps that happens in a long time, and also you need to pay $30 or $50 or even $10. So people are not doing it, and as a result, it's a great use case, like saying that some big brand created this digital clothing for, and you can use it, but only for press. Press will write about it, but it will not stick simply because the user flow is so hard. So, and again, I want to underline, I'm not hating here. I'm just saying that right now it's not accessible. And we need to just understand it. So, the bottom line is, and this one is for both marketers, brand managers, and also for creatives, creators, and technologists. Because we need to understand how to pitch stuff. When we integrate each innovative case like one by one, when we try to integrate it without connection to everything else, it's kind of hard. But the thing is, the whole marketing system changed, and it was based on the understanding that we have 2 personas, physical and online. Right now, we need to make a systematical global shift. We need to accept that the world changed again. And similarly to how internet changed everything, right now XR changes everything. And we need to understand that we need to revise everything and apply all these new instruments. There's a couple of examples. And we need to apply them taking into account that right now it's already 3 personas. And for those of you who think that virtual persona is super small yet, it's not true. Look at the user base of the games. And also, look at these young guys, 14 years old, 12 years old. They all were like born and grow up in games. They play a lot, they play all the time, and they believe that their in-game character could be even more valuable or powerful for them than their real persona. So we need to take this dude into account as well. And conclusion is, let's stop randomly using innovative tools, and let's start to apply them systematically and with understanding of their value for the audiences and for businesses. Yeah, and I wanted to say that see you on the metaverse or no. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dmitry. You gave us a lot to think about and gave us a quite realistic view of what's going on at the moment, what's really possible and what's not. There is time for a few questions from the audience.
Hi, thank you so much. When you talk about the systematic use of innovative tools, about the things you mentioned, like can you roughly give an estimate about the time span we're talking about, the time span? So when do you think like the stuff you mentioned will be really mainstream, like because so far it's really a niche, like you said?
Couple of use cases that I've mentioned are already fully accessible, ready, and a mass market. So, for example, virtual try-on online, and also digital clothing for game guys, and also selling physical goods as NFTs. In terms of time frame on how to implement them, you don't need to, brands don't need to do like any additional preparation to implement them. They just need to understand that it already works, and they should just start using it. In terms of timing for production, from technology side, again, it's already on the stage where the production is in a manufacturer state. You can just create it. You don't need a time for R&D. You can just do it. So I guess that right now in November is the perfect time to revise the communication strategy for the next year and integrate things that are already, so again, I was talking today about things that don't require R&D, that can already be done. So I believe that brands should start doing it right now, and the time is not a problem.
But that was not what I meant. It was more like when do you think like it will be techno-social wise accepted? Like,
I think actually that okay, thank you. I think that it could be accepted within a short period of time, like months or maybe years. It depends on when the old school heads of marketing will step way to younger generations, because you didn't have to explain these things to younger people. They already understand how it works. So it also, roughly depends on what's in the head of people. If someone worked with something for 20 years, they will not be able to make this shift unless they're super cool and progressive. Usually these people like win the market. So I guess it only depends on when the generations will change.
Hi, Rupert from Google. Quick question. There seems to be two directions the market is going on this. TressX, on one hand, are selling $300 anoraks for dogs virtually, but also partnering with Meta for, I think, a price cap of $8.99. Do you think we're going to go high end and get the far-fetched side, or is it going to be Zara all the way, even in the digital world?
So I think that, sorry, can you repeat again?
Yeah, so TressX always intrigued me because they had the issue with you buying a JPEG. Why am I spending hundreds of dollars? But they initially launched with these very expensive, cachet type projects. But also now with this Meta integration, they have decided. I think there's a price cap of $9 per item, which kind of goes against Artifact. So it's like two directions the market goes. Where would you be spending your focus just now, or do both?
I'd say that. Right now, we need to focus on use cases that actually bring value. So it's not about we need to look at technology beyond technology. That is the thing. And I wouldn't say, so okay, TressX partnered with Meta to do what? To do addressing for avatars in the metaverse that has low user base. Why should we even talk about it? So my guess is that we should look at the best practices, not on all practices. And from my perspective, the best practice was integration of virtual try-on into Amazon, and also integration of Nike into Fortnite Metaverse. So I believe that regardless of platform, of technology, we should go, to answer your question, in two directions. First, applying virtual technologies, XR technologies to make a better experience for physical people. And second direction is applying virtual dresses technologies to make a better experience for virtual people. So that's the deal. And in both cases, we need to understand if the use case is simple in terms of user flow, or is it a pain in the ass?
Is it really quick?
I think what you meant is basically like, will the value of that digital asset really, be similar to the value of a physical asset? Where, let's say, from Zara you buy, it's like 100 or whatever, and then from like a really famous brand you buy it for $1,000.
Yeah, understand.
The same thing be in the
I understand, and the answer is, I believe that the value can be similar, and I will tell you more. It's already similar. If you will Google the data on sales of in-game merch, you will see that it's a multi-billion market, billion market, not multi-million, multi-billion market, and the prices for in-game, Maria, as a gamer, she knows that the in-game merch costs money. For example, and it's a lot, when this item is rare, it can be a lot higher, the price can be a lot higher. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dmitry.
Thank you.
Everybody. We've been